Hey, good people. It's Coach Jamie, your happiness coach, with your motivational minute. This is actually in response to today's podcast coming to you from the car. Listen, so today's podcast is 5 Steps to Creating Change. That is episode 8 of season 4. And if you have not checked that out, click the link in the bio. Make sure that you check it out. And I thought about preparing you for those 5 steps, right? Because they are going to change your life and creating the change that you want to your lifestyle. However, if you're not prepared mentally, right, and ready for the opposition that you may face and the obstacles that may come, because it's not going to be easy, right? But it's going to be worth it. And so I wanted to provide you further support in those 5 steps. And the 5 steps are decide, choose, move, believe, and trust, right? Definitely go listen to the podcast. I break those down for you. But in preparation, I want you to know that yes, there is going to be fear and there's going to be doubt, okay? And we're going to be ready for that. We're going to be ready for when, you know what? I don't know if this was a good idea. I don't know if... Stop. Listen. Decide is the first step, right? I want you to know that when the fear and doubt comes, you're going to anchor yourself in that decision, that why. And you're going to anchor that so much so that it is not, I don't know, this is scary. It doesn't. It's going to be, I know that I desperately need this change and I don't have an option. You're going to anchor to that why and know that no matter what doubt or fears come, this has to be done. This change has to happen for the lifestyle that you want. You're going to anchor to the why and the results. Okay. Now, another thing, opposition, or just what may come when you get ready to embark on this journey and these 5 steps to creating change, is it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be uncomfortable, and that's to be expected. And the reason I'm sharing this is it's easy to say these 5 steps, do this, right? But what happens when it gets hard? What happens when the fear and the doubt comes? What happens when it's uncomfortable? So I wanted to encourage you further with this to let you know when it gets uncomfortable, not only are you already anchored in your why, right? And it's not an option to keep going, but when it gets uncomfortable, I want your mindset to remind you of a new pair of shoes, right? You're breaking this in. You're breaking this change in. Expect it. And when you expect things, okay, it's going to be uncomfortable. I already knew this. I'm going to be okay with it. I'm going to be comfortable with being uncomfortable because I'm breaking this change in. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep walking this out. And eventually I'm going to know, right, that I'm going to break it in. This is going to be a flow. This is going to be a new lifestyle I'm creating. This is going to be my new norm. And so I'm going to keep going. Another thing is your feelings, your emotions, right? Why they are absolutely valid, of overwhelm, of exhaustion, of tiredness. We're not going to let that stop us to creating the lifestyle that we want and embarking on this journey of change, because we know our feelings and emotions, right, are fleeting. We know that they're not always going to be, but the change and the lifestyle that we want, that we're creating, is long lasting. We're never going to go back to that old us. We're never going to go back to our old way of doing things, right? So we're going to stick this out. It's like a mom with their baby, right? Or maybe that job you woke up to. You don't always feel like getting up for those 2 a.m. feedings, but you don't give yourself a choice, right? You don't have an option to just lay there and let the baby go hungry. That probably has never even entered your brain, right? And if it did, it was a nice thought, but here we go, right? To do what we need to do. Don't give yourself the option. So when those feelings and emotions come up that maybe don't support the change that you're looking to make in your life, acknowledge them, they're valid, and keep doing what you need to do. Do not give yourself an option to lean into them. All you've already decided, you've already chosen, continue to move and shift. That was number 3. Hope you heard the podcast. Again, if not, go check it out so all this makes sense to you. And lastly, the opinions of others The opinions of other people. It's a big one. And not only do those opinions come to you, but you might find yourself seeking, asking, right? Worried about, do you think this is a good thing? What about this? How do you feel about that? Or maybe it's just social media and comparing someone else's change and journey to yours. Stop. Okay? You have one life to live. You are responsible for your life and the change that you're looking to make and decided you're going to make for your lifestyle. So, although wise counsel is encouraged, coaching, I'm a coach, right? Is encouraged, mentors, I support all of that. But the bottom line is God has instilled and equipped you with gifts and a purpose that only you are going to be accountable for. And so I want you, when you get caught up in what someone said or how they're moving and how they're showing up, and it starts to take you away from the path that is set before you, I want you to remind yourself that, you know what, this is my unique path. This is my unique journey. And make sure that you stay aligned with the purpose and the gifts that are within you. I hope this helps. I hope that this is just an extension again of that podcast. And so those 5 steps, hopefully you can hear me. I'm in the parking lot at the post office shipping off orders. But yes, I hope that this helps support you on your journey, and further support. Of course, I am available, mindfulness.coaching. And that's all. We grow better together. I am here to serve you. And so I thank you for sharing this space with me. Stay encouraged. Be about the change that you want to create the lifestyle that you want. Okay? That's all for now, good people. Smile often, laugh hard, love more, and live your life with purpose.